Imagine this. It's the early 1940s. The world is at war. A young, scrawny kid from Brooklyn, Steve Rogers, wants nothing more than to serve his country. He's got the heart, the courage, the grit. But he's constantly rejected. He's too small, too weak, they say. Then, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity presents itself. A scientist, Dr. Erskine, sees the fire in Steve's eyes. He offers him a vial of glowing blue liquid, the Super Soldier Serum. It promises to transform him into the peak of human potential, the perfect soldier everyone wants. Any other man would leap at the chance, but Steve looks at the vial, then back at the doctor, and he says no. He believes true strength isn't something you get from a bottle. It comes from your character, from who you are on the inside. He wants to prove himself on his own terms. So, Steve Rogers finally gets his wish, but not in the way you'd expect. He's accepted into the army, but as a regular grunt, no serum, no special treatment. Just him, his determination, and a uniform that seems a little too big for him. Basic training is brutal. While other recruits are scaling walls and running miles with ease, Steve is struggling to keep up. He's always last in the obstacle courses. He can barely lift the heavy gear, and he's the target of more than a few jokes. It would be easy for him to give up, to feel defeated. But Steve has something the others don't fully appreciate yet, an unbreakable will. Where he lacks in physical prowess, he more than makes up for with his mind. During strategic exercises, he sees things differently. He thinks 10 steps ahead, devising plans that are unconventional but brilliant. He's a natural leader, not because he's the strongest, but because he's the smartest and the most empathetic. He earns the respect of his superiors, who start to see that there's more to this skinny kid than meets the eye. And it's in the mud and grit of boot camp that he forms the most important bond of his life. He befriends Sergeant Bucky Barnes. Bucky is everything Steve isn't, physically. He's strong, confident, and popular. He could easily ignore the scrawny kid struggling in the back, but he doesn't. He sees Steve's heart and his unwavering spirit. Bucky looks out for Steve, stands up for him against bullies, and pushes him to be better, not with pity, but with genuine friendship. They become inseparable, brothers in arms. Bucky is the brawn, and Steve is the brains. Together, they are a formidable pair, and their friendship becomes a source of strength for both of them, a reminder of what they're fighting for. Steve learns that even a regular soldier can make a difference, and Bucky learns that the greatest strength isn't in your muscles, but in the loyalty you show to your friends. The war rages on, and Steve's unit is deployed to the front lines in Europe. The reality of combat is a harsh and terrifying teacher. The thunder of artillery, the constant threat of danger. It's a world away from the training grounds. But this is where Steve truly begins to shine. He's not on the front lines, charging into enemy fire. His commanders know that's not where his value lies. Instead, he's in the command tent, poring over maps, analyzing enemy movements, and predicting their next steps. His mind is his weapon. He sees patterns no one else does, identifies weaknesses in the enemy lines, and crafts strategies that are bold and ingenious. His plans are risky, but they work time and time again. His strategic brilliance leads to small, crucial victories, saving lives and turning the tide in skirmishes that would have otherwise been lost. He becomes known as the strategist, the quiet soldier whose insights are worth more than a whole platoon of men. His fellow soldiers, who once mocked him, now look to him with a mix of awe and respect. They listen intently when he speaks, trusting his judgment completely. They've seen his plans in action. They've seen how he can outthink the enemy at every turn. He's not just one of them anymore. He's their secret weapon. Bucky, now a respected field sergeant, is often the one leading the charge to execute Steve's plans. He trusts Steve's mind implicitly. "You point the way, Steve," he'd say, "and I'll make sure the boys get it done." Their dynamic is perfect. Steve provides the map, and Bucky leads the way. They are a symbol of hope in their unit, a testament to the power of combining intellect and courage. Steve has found his place, proving that you don't need super strength to be a super soldier. All you need is a super mind and an unbreakable spirit. Then comes the day that changes everything. The Allies are planning a major offensive, a critical battle that could shift the momentum of the entire war. The stakes have never been higher. Back in the command tent, the air is thick with tension. Generals and colonels are debating, arguing over conventional tactics that seem destined to lead to a bloody stalemate. Amidst the chaos, Steve Rogers, the quiet private, steps forward. He presents a plan. It's audacious, unorthodox, and incredibly risky. It involves a feint, a flanking maneuver, and hitting the enemy where they least expect it. The senior officers are skeptical. It's too dangerous, they say. It goes against every rule in the book, but Steve argues his case with a quiet confidence, laying out every detail, every contingency, with razor-sharp clarity. His own commanding officer, who has witnessed Steve's genius firsthand, backs him up. Reluctantly, the generals agree. The battle unfolds exactly as Steve predicted. The Allied forces, following his intricate plan, catch the enemy completely by surprise. The feint works perfectly, drawing the bulk of their forces away from the true point of attack. The main assault, led by Bucky Barnes, punches through the weakened enemy line. It's a stunning, decisive victory, one that will be talked about for years. The cheers of victory echo across the battlefield, but the celebration is short-lived. A report comes in, and the joyous atmosphere vanishes. During the final push, Bucky's squad was cut off. They fought bravely, but were overwhelmed. Bucky Barnes has been captured. The news hits Steve like a physical blow. His best friend, the man who always had his back, is now in enemy hands, likely facing a grim fate in a prisoner of war camp. The victory suddenly feels hollow, meaningless. For Steve, there is no choice. The army brass tells him it's too risky. A rescue mission is out of the question. The captured soldiers are considered a loss, but Steve isn't listening. This isn't about strategy anymore. This is about loyalty. This is about Bucky. While his superiors see an acceptable loss, Steve sees a brother he cannot abandon. This is a debt that must be paid. He knows the enemy's position. He knows the layout of their camps from his own intelligence gathering. He helped draw the maps, after all. Driven by a fierce loyalty that burns brighter than any fear, Steve makes a decision. He's going in, alone. He gathers what little gear he can carry, studies his maps one last time, and slips away from the base under the cover of darkness. This isn't a sanctioned mission. This is one man against an army, fueled by nothing more than the desperate hope of saving his friend. The journey is perilous. Steve moves like a ghost through enemy territory, using his knowledge of the terrain and enemy patrol routes to remain unseen. He's not a one-man army. He cannot fight his way through. He has to outthink his way through. He creates diversions, sets traps, and uses the environment to his advantage. It's a masterclass in stealth and tactical thinking. Finally, he reaches the heavily fortified POW camp. It's a fortress, crawling with guards. A direct assault would be suicide. But Steve isn't thinking about a direct assault. He finds a weakness, a blind spot in their patrols, a flaw in their defenses that only his analytical mind could spot. He infiltrates the camp, a shadow in the night. He finds Bucky, beaten but alive, along with hundreds of other Allied soldiers who had lost all hope. The reunion is brief, a quiet exchange in the darkness. "I thought you were smaller," Bucky whispers, a weak grin on his face. Steve helps his friend to his feet. But he's not just here for Bucky, he's here for everyone. Using his strategic mind on the fly, he organizes the prisoners. He devises a plan for a mass escape, causing a series of diversions that throw the entire camp into chaos. In the ensuing confusion, Steve leads the prisoners out, fighting a desperate running battle back towards Allied lines. He's not just a strategist anymore. He's a leader in the heart of the action. inspiring hope in men who had none left. They make it back, battered, exhausted, but free. Steve Rogers, the scrawny kid from Brooklyn, walks back into camp not as a lone rescuer, but at the head of a small army of liberated soldiers, with his best friend by his side. He returns not to a court-martial for disobeying orders, but to a hero's welcome. The story of his solo mission, his incredible bravery, and brilliant escape plan spreads like wildfire. He didn't need a serum. He didn't need enhanced strength. He rescued hundreds of men with his courage, his intelligence, and his unwavering loyalty to a friend. He proved, beyond any doubt, that the true measure of a hero isn't the size of their muscles, but the size of their heart. The scrawny kid everyone underestimated becomes a legend, a symbol of hope. He's living proof that courage, character, and intellect are the most powerful weapons of all. He's no longer just Steve Rogers, the strategist. He's a hero in his own right, earning the respect and admiration of the entire Allied army. His journey shows us that true strength was inside him all along. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this alternate take on a classic story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Let me know in the comments what you think makes a true hero. Until next time.